And welcome back to another episode of the Role Players Podcast, the fifth episode. Today we got Biggs back and Big Show.
It's good, boys.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah, I think we've all, getting back into the swing of things with school and whatnot. Not been too easy, but glad to be back.
Yeah, gotta get the routine down. School's been a little tough, but we're gonna get into it.
Yeah, sure. We'll make it more consistent when we record and as well with our Twitter. And Spotify.
Yeah, the role players parlay it'll make its return. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll get it going, especially this weekend. So we've missed a lot since last time we've talked. Dane on the pod. So a lot of big current news to catch up on, recapping the AFC and NFC championship and the college basketball roundup as well. So first, just some big current news happening. Jim Harbaugh stays at Michigan. I know he was kind of back and forth with the Vikings and also a little bit with the Dolphins as well. But your guys' thoughts on him staying?
Honestly, good for him, but also really pretty shitty of him. I think that he messed up really bad. He told his entire staff to take the week off and to look into their futures, and he ended up losing his offensive coordinator today to Miami, the Hurricanes. And honestly, I think that his little kind of excursion kind of ended up in the long run pretty much hurting him more than it did help him. I mean, clearly they've just now lost. He was the Bryles Award winner, Gaddis was. So, I mean, that's a humongous loss. So in Ohio State, loaded up and had a pretty good offseason when it came to bringing in some coaches. So I think that he really missed his chance. I think he should have gotten out.
Biggs?
I mean, yeah, doing all that shit during signing day or having it around signing day. I mean, I don't know really how much it hurt Michigan in the end.
A lot, actually.
But looking at it from an Ohio State point of view, I mean, I'm as happy as can possibly be. You know what I mean? I mean, Jim Harbaugh's back. He's going to lose the next 5 again. They're going to be trash. They're going to be garbage. He built up the program this year and then just completely destroyed all the work that he did. And I'm here to see it all.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of speculation. It would have been easy for him to dice, especially with the year he had. But like you guys said, I think him coming back helps and motivates Ohio State even more, as if they need more motivation. But interested to see kind of where he fills with Gaddis leaving and McDonald leaving as well, kind of filling those roles. So keep an eye on that. But Harbaugh returns to Michigan. Another big storyline. TB12, the GOAT, retires. I'll start. I think I was kind of surprised, to be honest. I thought he would kind of go off into the sunset, maybe with another ring, maybe run it back one more year. But, I mean, you can't really fault him. He's getting old. I know he had his contract was it 2 or 3 year? Regardless, it was like a retirement contract. So I totally understand.
A LeBron contract.
Yeah,
say it that way.
That's exactly what it was. So him retiring, it caught me off guard, but I guess I'm not surprised when I think about it. You guys' thoughts?
All the props to him. I know Barry McCockiner is he's out there, pretty happy that he's out. Honestly, yeah, as you said, I mean, can't lie. If we're going to base it off of rings, he's the GOAT. But my book, he's not the greatest of all time. I think that person is still out there. I think he is still a system quarterback, but can't deny 7 rings. So I guess for now we could call him the greatest of all time. But I still believe there's someone else, but hell of a career nonetheless.
I I mean, I agree. He's the GOAT. 7 rings. Nobody else is going to get close to doing that for a while. But it's time for the NFL to move on. It's time for us to move on. I mean, let's go. New NFL, new look NFL. I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, Bakes, who's your GOAT then? If it's not him,
Oh, I'm
He's
saying, I mean, I
fine.
think he is, but like I think that we are now in an age where I mean, like we have now Mahomes and we
yeah,
have Josh Allen, we got these other studs. We have so many good young quarterbacks that we just don't talk about because all the big guys are still so goddamn good. Like Rodgers, I just wish I like we just don't appreciate Aaron Rodgers enough. That dude is so like he is better than I mean, I get it. Tom Brady's 44 years old. That is just ridiculous. Like you got to give the guy props, but
He somehow
if I'm looking
Rodgers can't get it done in the playoffs.
I know that's the problem. Like, you know, and that's just the part that it just pains me cuz like if we're being honest with each other, if you really look at it, like Aaron Rodgers is clearly a better quarterback than Tom Brady is, but he doesn't win. And we look at who wins, and that's how we base it. So therefore, Tom Brady is better. But I think Aaron Rodgers is a better talent than Tom Brady, and I wish that if they reverse roles, it would just be so. It would just it would just make the league a lot better. I feel like, in my opinion. I don't know, but my goats are like. I mean, let's just say this: if Burrow gets it done Sunday, it's him and Mahomes' league for the next 10 years.
No, dude. Josh Allen's still there.
He is. Trust me, I get that. I get that.
Kyler Murray's still there. Justin Herbert's still there.
Well, we don't even know about. Yeah. I mean, see, that's what I'm trying to say. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, it shouldn't be a two-person league, but look at that. Like as you guys just said, like how many quarterbacks now that we have, like all the talent they have, but you know, it's all about like who is surrounding, like the team. I guess the talent around them. I guess per se. I don't really know how to word this, but I think that it realistically is pretty promising for what the future has to hold.
Well, I
That's
think
what
what you're kind of trying to say is, I mean, this is the most quarterback talent we've seen in the NFL in a long.
Oh, I think in our lifetime, actually, if I'm being really honest, like I don't
for sure.
That's more so what I'm trying to say.
So new era will be coming up for NFL quarterbacks in the NFL. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't know as much on this situation, so I'll probably need some insight from you guys. So the Al Flores situation.
Brian Flores.
Or is it Brian? My bad. Brian. Al Flores. Jeez. Brian Flores. He sued because of what? Racial discrimination. With the Dolphins. So, do you guys know the situation fully, or what's the deal with that?
I don't think.
Yeah, Burke. I don't know really too much either. All I know is realistically, like it was something that, you know, just in the practices of hire. I mean, realistically, let's be honest with ourselves. Like, it is not. I agree sort of with what he's going for. That, you know, I'm trying to word this correctly because I don't know realistically how to
get the job. They didn't give him the chances that he should have gotten to get a job.
Yeah, like the Rooney rule, like the Rooney rule, stuff like that.
Yeah. That's realistically what I.
If you look at the facts, he's got a good case. He's got a pretty good case. And then all the tanking stuff, which is also going along with Hugh Jackson.
I was going to say.
Basically being paid to lose, which is going to ruin their reputation, which they won't get another job in the NFL for that.
Yeah.
Which I think is also part of it's part of what they're suing for, but I don't know how it all works.
Let's be really honest though. Like Brian Flores never should have been fired. Never should have been fired.
He should have been the first coach to get picked up.
Same. And that's why, like, you saw those Belichick texts, right?
Yeah.
I was kind of confused by those, but because I don't know if they were directed to him. Like, I don't know if that was him receiving them personally. But, I mean, last night we saw the Texans. I don't know. They hired Lovie Smith today officially.
Mhm.
That kind of just broke. But he was a front runner for that position. Let's be really honest with ourselves. You had the choice between Brian Flores and Lovie Smith, and was it Josh McCown? Was the other guy, right? Yeah. I would take. I mean, if you don't take Brian Flores, it just kind of shows you don't know football. And clearly, like, Brian Flores will get another chance, and I believe he'll get one in college. And I think he'd be really successful in a college setting. I really do. I don't think this is the end for him, but I'm good for him for standing up and doing what he's got to do, because that's what needs to happen at the end of the day.
One thing that I think is coming good out of it for the Dolphins is they hire Mike McDaniel, offensive coordinator from 49ers for Shanahan, and like brilliant offensive mind. Like, I think he's like the next up Sean McVay, Shanahan type of guy for sure.
He doesn't look like it. That's for damn sure. Holy shit. He's a geek when you look at him.
He's never played football. He went to Yale.
See, that's the sweet part about it, though. That's sick. I didn't even know that. That's actually sweet. What?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
tricky situation. I guess we'll keep tabs on the Flores situation and kind of the coaching carousel as well. The last part's just a big current news. NFL or college football signing day, just in general. I want to also hit on or touch on kind of the Alabama and Auburn mess. So the Alabama, one of the Alabama assistants with a DUI, correct me if I'm wrong, but a DUI, and the Auburn coach, assistant coach, or head coach, I forget.
Head coach.
More severe.
Auburn's worse.
Auburn's
worse.
more severe. What happened with that? That was like was it like a sexual misconduct or something?
Auburn is in an affair with a reporter. Derek Mason just took a $400,000 pay cut to go to Oklahoma State to replace Knowles. Auburn's a shit show, like an absolute shit show. I have never. Oh man, I mean, God, a DUI compared to what you have in Auburn. Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
After 1 year too. I'll say this: the reporter's pretty. I mean, good for him, but prayers out to the family, obviously. But shit, that's a mess. That's a mess.
Yeah, so that was kind of a mess with those two programs, and then obviously some notable guys like kind of going the D tackle for Georgia. Or he picked Georgia over Ohio State. I forget his name. Do you know his name, Bakes?
Hold on a second. Hold on. 30 seconds here.
There was some big signings, obviously, on signing day.
That was a big
one.
Texas A&M. The Texas A&M, man. Shamar Stewart called it from the start. That's a crazy story. I don't know if you guys heard about this with their NIL. There was this report that came out saying that their NIL deal includes they're getting, so it's $450,000. Each recruit gets $450,000. Like top, if they're a 5-star, the base is $450,000. $400,000 for 3 years. $50,000 if they stay and graduate. And it's through this oil tycoon, and all they have. Supposedly they like promote this like oil business, and I think it's fucking hilarious because what college student, like a freshman who the hell knows anything about oil fracking and like just oil in general?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true 100%, but like I heard that and I thought it was the funniest thing ever.
Well, I think what my biggest question is with all that, I don't know about the whole like the underwriting with all the NIL deals stuff. Are you allowed to like do NIL contracts before you sign?
Yeah, I mean, what's his name? Ohio State. Oh, jeez. No, the D lineman committed really late from Washington.
Wait, from last year?
JT Tumalo?
Yeah,
JT.
Yeah. because everyone thought he was committing to Oregon because they had a deal for him to sign with Nike so that Nike could give him like that he would have a deal right out of coming like Thibodeau, for example, now like have a deal in place and he would promote Nike. And so I think, if you're in college, you can go about it and start promoting. Like Mikey Williams for basketball, he does that. The dude's making a killing.
Yeah.
There's going to be guys that are making millions coming out, like no doubt.
So that was interesting. I'm sure there'll be more news between now and spring games for college football, so we'll keep you updated with that. Transitioning into college basketball, we've missed a lot, obviously, since we last talked. Obviously, Auburn stays dominant. This is the second week in a row that they're number one. Pretty clear that they're the best team in the country. Obviously,
so fun to watch, though.
Yeah, they're a fun team to watch. Gonzaga right behind them. They're playing really well. Chet,
they're
guys
clicking.
emerging.
Chet, yep.
And then, did you guys see the Texas game with Chris Beard returning?
Great thing you put in the notes about how like 2011 Cavs LeBron returning.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, that dude. It was before they even got off the bus. As the bus was entering in, just booze pouring. Like, I don't blame them though. I don't blame them. But look at them. They're doing way better than them. That's the thing. My Texas prediction is falling every single week.
They're playing now too. They're playing Kansas now. They're kind of sliding.
So. They're currently
today's been a shit show of games, though. Let's be really honest.
Yeah.
Underdogs day today.
Oh, big time. And then Selection Sunday, 5 weeks till Selection Sunday. We'll probably do something interactive with the following here. With the bracket release. We might go live for the bracket release. I don't know, but I'm excited. 5 weeks. It's coming quickly. A lot still to happen, unraveling. So we'll see what happens with that. A couple games to get into. Texas Tech, Texas, like we talked about, 77-64. Texas Tech wins. Like you said, Biggs, Texas is struggling. Where do you see them kind of going here?
Well, I mean, tonight's their opportunity. Tonight is right now is one of their biggest opportunities. Obviously, I have high hopes because I just feel like Chris Beard is a really good coach. So I feel like, they get into the tournament. They need a little bit of a hot streak. But right now they're up by 1. Right now they're up 19-18, and as they should be because Kansas is one of the hottest teams in basketball right now.
Yep. Granted,
they've played at home, but they're hot. So, I mean, you win that game, that could turn your season around.
Mm-hmm. Auburn, Alabama. Auburn won 100-81. It was an NBA game. Shackelford had 26. Wendell Green had 23. Biggs, what's your thought on kind of Auburn and also Alabama?
I mean, Alabama's trending down right now, but they're losing to good teams though. They just played Kentucky, I think it was this week on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. At home.
I mean, Kentucky's looking.
Yeah, Kentucky's playing really well.
They're looking like a top 5 team, really, right
now. Dude, yeah, great. And they're not even they're at full strength. They're never at. This is the first time they're at full strength too.
Yeah. I think that was a very predictable game. Auburn's obviously the best team in the country. I think it's actually going to be a shootout for the SEC championship. I think Kentucky and Auburn are both going to be battling in that tournament.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I also think even Bama, it's like they were in that game in the second half. That's the craziest part. They came all the way back, cut it to literally 3 points. And then, it just got away from them. But Bama's always just right there. Every single time I've seen them play against a top 5, top 10 program, I just don't know. It's just inconsistency from the shooting. But Auburn is just God, it's fun to watch. It's just like Gonzaga last year, like just so fun to watch.
Wrong time to get hot,
Bama's got great wins, but they also have some bad losses as well. But I mean,
Terrible.
they're strong. They should be in, no doubt. Another game, Purdue OSU last week, 81-78, kind of a tale of two
Oh
halves.
God.
We were texting about this, but I mean, we were
Crusher.
down 19, down 21 at one point. I want to say down 12 or 13 with like 10 minutes left. Malachi and EJ combined for 40, so you'd say I had 20. Edie and Ivy had 41 combined, and then they crawled back, and then obviously Ivy with the game winner. But I mean, I'm walking out there like obviously wanted to win that game, great resume builder, but I'm walking out there definitely not as bad as I was with Indiana and Wisconsin. That's for sure. So I mean, you.
I mean, to go into Mackey Arena and do that, and right, you don't even have Justice suing. You know, like this team is. That's why, like, it's like the story of college basketball for me with like half these teams. It's like they're all in games, but they just can't finish them. But like to see that heart, I remember you saying that, like in that fight.
Yeah.
That gives you a lot of promise. It does give you a lot of promise. And then last night, for example, they blew Maryland out the water. So, I mean, it's a good Maryland team. Regardless of what you say, they're good Maryland teams. Like, decent. They'll put
Yeah,
up.
no, I mean,
you know.
Big Ten team. They should be better than what they are, but
yeah.
like obviously I know it's consistent, like what I've been saying, because I know other teams go through it, but I mean they have had like 3 or 4 guys out every game. So I want to see like when people get back finally, kind of how they mesh.
Just like Kentucky. That's the perfect example. Because Kentucky, when they're fully meshed, I mean, you can't compare the talent, but when they're fully meshed, look what happens.
Yeah.
They dominate.
It'll just be about when you're playing your best at the right time. So and then transitioning into Kentucky, Kansas. Great win for Kentucky, 80-62 in Fog Allen. Dominant. Keon Brooks had 27 and 8. Kentucky's really playing well. Could be the hottest team outside of Auburn in the country, or Gonzaga, right up there with them.
I think that Kentucky's definitely the hottest. I think that Auburn's going to lose here in the next one to 3 games. I think it's kind of reminds me a lot of Baylor from last year. It's just kind of waiting to happen. I mean, the Georgia game really told a lot. I mean, I think if you get them at an away game against a better opponent than Georgia, I think they're going to catch a loss, and I could see it happening.
I mean, this is always like the part of the season when Cal really figures out like he figures out like who he's using and he gets the formula right. He's just preparing for the tournament. Like it's just really how Kentucky basketball works. Like they take first half of the season just to figure out what's going on. They're gonna go. I mean, they're gonna go into the tournament and definitely into the SEC tournament playing really, really good basketball, and they're gonna be scary in March, I think.
So
this is gonna be. I'm gonna say this. This is gonna be the most competitive March Madness I think we've seen in the last 5 years.
Yeah,
I just have that feeling, dude. There are so many good teams out there. If you really actually think about it, I'm actually stoked.
And anybody can stoked. Any day of the week.
Yep. Literally.
At any point.
Literally. And we've seen some unbelievable matchups, but like this is gonna be a sweet tournament. Like, I mean,
seeing Kentucky beat Kansas like that in Kansas with how loud that place gets, and then you go see Kansas actually undressed. Undressed Baylor.
Undressed. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's not even – I don't think that even does it justice. Like, that was full on –
It's there for the taking. It's there for the taking. Next game, last game that we're going to talk about, I don't know if you guys watched it, but UNC Duke. Obviously,
Another dismantling.
yeah.
Goodness gracious.
UNC just shelled Duke. I one
But
name,
no, other way around.
one or
Shelled UNC.
yeah. Did
Duke
I say?
shelled Duke.
Oh, my bad, my bad. Yeah, Duke shelled UNC. AJ Griffin. I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but he is becoming the second best player on Duke. It's not even close. He what do you have for them? He had 27 in that game,
He had
and he's averaging
1.
a ton. Uh, I mean, their ceiling's high, and I think UNC is in trouble personally.
I yeah. I mean, he has come on in the last 3 games. Actually, he has 27, 13, 22 in his
Yeah,
last 3 games. Last 3 games.
and they need that. I think
Duke,
they do need
they
that.
do need that. They do need that, and they started figuring that out against Florida State with that guy with Griffin. I mean, dude, he's a lob machine. You just got to get him so that it's just like single. It's just like lob it up to his man. I mean, that's all it is. That's all it is. They're a good team. Duke's going to be good in the tournament this year, I think. More put together.
Yeah. So, kind of transitioning into our next segment, bubble team. The bubble team that should be kind of on edge or worried, or basically they need to finish well to get in. I could,
Cool. Yeah, you go, Grabo.
yeah, I'll start. I got UNC actually, just the team we talked about. I still stand by that the ACC is a 3-bid league. I think at this point it's going to be Duke, Wake Forest, and Notre Dame. Honestly, I think Notre Dame's going to be one of the last teams in. UNC has gotten pumped by any ranked or good team that they played. They have no quad one wins. Florida State had a good run there, but they've dropped like 3 of their last 4. Louisville's down. Virginia just beat Duke. So I mean, overall, I think the ACC's down, but I think it's still a 3-bid league, and I think UNC. I mean, they have to finish tough, and I also think they have to go like deep in the ACC tourney. So I think UNC's mine.
Mine, I got TCU.
Okay.
So, just coming off a loss to Kansas State. They've won 2 of the last 4. Now look at the end of their schedule. They're 15-5 right now. In the next 10 games, they play Oklahoma State, Baylor, Texas Tech twice, Texas again, Kansas back-to-back, and then they have to go play at West Virginia. I mean, that's as hard as a schedule you can get at the end of the college basketball season, as you'll see.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. So I'm looking at
Good
I don't
pick,
really
Bigs.
like to go up. I don't really like to look at Joe Lunardi, but he has last 4 in. He has Wyoming, Creighton, San Diego State, and Oregon as of Sunday. If I were to take any of them, I mean, I just feel like the team that's on the bubble the most. And then his first 4 out is Florida, Mississippi State, Notre Dame, and West Virginia. Are we talking about who we think's like in the most trouble here?
Yep.
Of the last 4 in?
Just of any
easily. I mean, yeah, I guess I'm going to have to go with San Diego State or Wyoming because that conference is so deep. I mean, like they're going to see each other again. Probably, I think they play each other another time. Then they got the conference tournament. So that's the what is that?
Mountain West.
Mountain West. That's a conference, though. Let me tell you. And I didn't even realize that last night. Wyoming had a huge dub, though.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say that any team in the Mountain West in this last 4 in, it's definitely tough. I mean, I can't believe they have Creighton over a Notre Dame team. I feel like Notre Dame is better than Creighton.
Yeah, I mean, the Big East. Some
yeah,
I guess.
I mean,
all good 3 picks. All honestly, I like all 3. Different kind of reasoning for all 3 different spots each team is in. But real quick before we get into our picks, let's do must-see game, lock of the week, under the radar game. So I could start actually. Um, Let me just pull up the spreadsheet here. So I think my lock of the week is going to be SMU spread versus Houston. I know Houston's rolling, even with the two guys out. They dismantled Cincy the other night, but I think SMU is kind of slept on in the what is it, AAC. Um, so I mean, I like SMU. The must-see game, I got Illinois Purdue. It's gonna be a rematch of the classic in Champaign, where it went to what was it, double or triple OT with Purdue winning. But um, I think that's gonna be a great game. Um, and then the under the radar game I have is Toledo, Ohio. Two best teams in the MAC. Basically control the MAC. See where Toledo is in comparison to OU. I think it's still OU's for the taking, but I think Toledo has the right parts to win that game.
Damn, there's some really good games. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so I think my lock of the week. My lock of the week is definitely going to be tomorrow night, and it is going to be Marquette over UConn. Marquette's one of the hottest teams in America right now. They're not being talked about enough. I definitely think they are. But when it comes to game of the week, tomorrow night you have Michigan State, Wisconsin at 7 p.m. They are traveling to East Lansing.
Games.
I'm not. I'm actually looking at the ESPN schedule right now. They're traveling to the Breslin Center. Michigan State's a 4.5-point favorite versus this Wisconsin team. 18-4, 9-3. Winner, is it winner takes first?
No,
Is that right?
So they're both. There's like 4 or 5 teams, one game back of Illinois for first. It's like congested.
Still. That's a massive game. And then on Friday night, you have a 24 versus 25 UConn Xavier at the Cintas Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. That's going to be that's a dogfight. And then Saturday is going to be Saturday. I don't even know what's going on this Saturday, whoever we got, but a lot of great games. But I think if I'm going to have my lock of the week, Marquette for sure tomorrow night. And then game of the week, I'm going to have to go with Michigan State, Wisconsin, 100%. It's going to be a great game. Sucks it's on Big Ten Network, though.
Yeah. Bigs?
Yeah, so, I mean, my lock of the week, we got the Bucks taking on Michigan away at Michigan.
I was looking at that as well.
What's going to be the line for that game? It's on Saturday, correct?
Don't think there's any right now.
Not yet, but we think Michigan's going to be favored in that, maybe?
Yeah, probably. They probably will.
Yeah.
Maybe like
Michigan.
2.
Wait, is it at Michigan?
Yeah, it's at Michigan.
Yeah. Yeah, easily. Yeah.
Michigan, whatever they call their, what's that called up there?
The Chrysler Center.
Yeah, it's going to be bouncing, absolutely bouncing. And my must-see game was Wisconsin MSU, but I'm kind of looking tomorrow. So it's that Connecticut Xavier game at the Cintas Center on Friday is a big East game. My under the radar game for this week, FSU versus UNC.
Bubble watch game.
Yeah, right. Bubble watch game. Yeah, I just think that could be a good one. Both pretty close in against the spread. I think UNC was 8-11, and then FSU is 7-12. So
good stat. Hell of a stat. All right, so those are locked in. So we'll now make our picks for this week. Through 4 episodes, the rankings go 20-12. Myself, I'm not surprised. 17-15 for Lou. Bakes at 18-14. Biggs at 13-11. So all in all, we've actually done pretty well. All above 500. Um, separation this week, but we'll see.
What
So
the hell?
first game, we already kind of touched on, or I touched on Illinois Purdue. I got Purdue. I think it'll be another classic, but I think at home, um, they'll get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Purdue, they're also playing really great basketball right now. Jordan Ivy's just got, I mean, he's going to be a hell of a player in the NBA, I think, as well. Yeah, I got Purdue.
Bakes, technical difficulties left. I'm sure he's going to come back in, but he has Purdue. Surprised he didn't try and fade us. But he does have Purdue. So we'll see. Second game, Marquette at UConn. I think Marquette's rolling right now. I have UConn in a close one. I think it's going to be close, but I got UConn. Bakes, we saw you at Purdue. If you want to touch on that and then give the pick for Marquette.
Yeah, I just have Purdue, and then Marquette, one of the hottest teams in America. That's all I need to go with.
Bakes?
I mean, yeah, I agree with Bakes. UConn's actually a somehow 6-point favorite.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude! Marquette was 14-point dogs versus Villanova. I mean, for goodness sake, they swept them twice.
If not win the game, I would be completely selling the house, refinancing, paying a mortgage, and Marquette +6 in a parlay.
Yeah,
+6 is a lot.
That's a lot of fucking points.
Next game, Auburn, Arkansas.
Goodness, confidence, jeez.
I got Arkansas. As much as I hate Eric Musselman in Arkansas, I think they've won Wait. They've won 8 in a row, I believe.
Since they literally gotten plowed since Hofstra. Jeez.
100%. But they've won 8 in a row. They're hot.
At
Arkansas, at home. Auburn.
Yeah, that could be the game I was talking about earlier.
Auburn struggled against Georgia away last time out on the road. I think it's going to be a battle. I think they get it done. I think they're susceptible to a loss. So I think it could be this one.
Jibo, I'm agreeing with you there. I mean, like Bake said, they're going to probably lose one of these next 3 games they have. Line opened up at 2.5. A little bit of movement down to 2. They're only 2-point favorites away at Arkansas. Arkansas's, I think they're one of those like pretty good SEC teams that can pull out one of those games for sure. So I'm actually going to take Arkansas in this game as well.
Thanks.
I mean, it's Auburn. They proved it last week. Yeah, adversity, but they proved they could go through it. I mean, Auburn is just so much better than Arkansas. However, they are playing away. But it's Auburn. And Auburn's winning the national championship this year, so they're going to beat Arkansas.
All right, let's move on.
Jesus. I will say Eric Musselman is a scumbag. He has a small man complex. I mean, the whole thing, I hate him. I hate Arkansas. But I think they get the job done. So we'll see.
Good for you.
Thank you. Florida at Kentucky.
3-way sweep here.
UK across the board. I think this is a massive game. I think Florida's on the bubble as well. Another bubble game for Florida. I think it's going to be close. I think they might cover, but I think Kentucky's just too good, especially at home.
I mean, yeah, I agree. Kentucky's 15-0 at home. Florida 2-5 at away. They're playing in Rupp. Kentucky's hottest team in the country right now. There's too many variables going against Florida. I think Kentucky actually would probably cover in this game. No line out yet, but I assume it'll probably be around like 7, maybe 6. More?
I think so.
5.5, I bet.
We'll see. Bakes? You got Kentucky, right?
Yeah. I mean, they're playing at home. They ain't losing.
Not much.
They're at full strength. Yeah.
Next game, OSU Michigan. I would physically kick anyone off the podcast if they took Michigan in this game. I don't give a shit if it's away. I think it'll be close. I think I think Michigan is better than what their record is. I think they're starting to play a little bit better.
Yep.
But I think OSU is starting to find a rhythm on the road. I think they still need to gel a little bit, but I mean, I think it's gonna be a close game regardless. Rival game.
I mean,
Agree.
it'll probably be close. Michigan's going to be rocking, but I'm not going to go against the Bucks. Holtman's going to be more meticulous than a forensics officer.
I'm wearing that Saturday, 100%.
Yeah. So,
Jawan also scumbag. Bakes your pick.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State.
Okay.
Just because of you.
Yeah, that's solidarity. Solidarity is big here. Wisconsin, Michigan State. We were talking about it. I think this could be a really tough game to pick. I got Michigan
think I would
State.
take. Is there an option to not take a team? Can we take like the over?
You have to pick one.
Oh, Jesus.
I think Michigan State stealing one at the Kohl Center is big, but I think Michigan State needs this bad. I think Wisconsin's kind of reeling, especially on the road. So I got Michigan State.
I have, Michigan State.
I got Wisconsin. I've been with them. I've been with them since the beginning of the pod, since the beginning of the season. I'm going to stay with my boys, the Badgers, and I think they're going to take sole control over that spot ahead of MSU. I think it's the third spot in the Big Ten. And when is it? Tomorrow. That's the day they're going to do it. So I got Wisconsin.
Tomorrow's the day to make money, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
If you're Harry Baker right now, Harry Baker has been 7 of 8 in 18 parlays. Last 2 weeks had the opportunity to make massive.
Mr. Heavy Favorite over there. Mr. Heavy Favorite.
Well,
but he's
parlays
right.
of all time, but
yeah.
But you know what? Money's money.
You're right. Little love for the little guys here. St. Mary's versus Santa Clara. I got Santa Clara.
I am all in on Santa Clara. That's a team, man. They beat BYU. Are they at home too?
Yeah, they're at home, so that's why I like.
Yeah, they're winning. They're winning. That's a lock. That is a lock. Lock that in. They don't lose at home. They don't.
Yeah,
they don't.
Okay, so from what I see, they've actually lost 3 at home this season, Baker.
Talk about the
but like Santa Clara's like
crowd.
But like Santa Clara is like the consistent like 4th team in the WCC that we talk about for an at-large.
Yeah.
Like them, Gonzaga, BYU, St. Mary's. Like those are in San Francisco. I guess shit. I don't know.
Yeah, damn. I don't know either.
I don't know. It's a big game. It's a big game, so we'll see.
Favorite.
So Biggs, you got St. Mary's?
I got St. Mary's. I mean, I don't really know much about this game or much about these two teams, but I'll take St. Mary's.
Okay. And then SMU Houston last game. I mean, that's my lock. SMU spread, so might as well just take a money line. I think they're going to get it done. So we'll see.
Word.
You both are in
Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Houston.
Makes sense.
Houston and H-Town, baby. I mean,
H-Town, baby.
All right, so we'll see with that. We'll keep the records. We'll update the records there. We'll update the records there. And then transitioning into NFL, we kind of have been lacking on communication here in our picks for NFL. But just to recap our conference championship.
Yeah, I took the 49ers and the
NFC.
Bengals.
Let's talk about the Chiefs-Bengals first. I think they were up 21-9. Was it 21-9 or what was it?
21-3.
21-3
21-3
at half.
21-3. Yep.
Okay. credit the Bengals defense. Obviously, like Joe Burrow offense made plays, but Bengals
Credit
defense
Eli
allowed.
Apple.
Mhm.
Eli Apple's the reason he changed the whole game. Goal line stop on Tyreek, right? They kicked that field goal. It's over. Well, it's not over, but it's come
Yeah,
on,
I mean,
you know.
3 points in the second half gets it done against Mahomes and them. So, any additional thoughts, Biggs?
I got something to say about this fucking. All right,
Bengals.
dude.
Oh boy.
Their postseason run comes down to literally fucking awful quarterback play from their opponents. Tannehill throwing some of the worst. I mean, you're driving down the field and you throw that interception. You should not be playing playoff football. Also, what the fuck is Pat Mahomes doing at the end of the half? Throwing it to Tyreek Hill, not in the end zone, 2 yards behind the end line, and you've got a wall of fucking. I don't know, dude. It
Team
just
of
pisses
destiny,
me off.
Biggs. That's a team of destiny. That's
I've
what
been
that
so
is.
I've been so toxic to fucking Bengals fans. I can't fucking stand it anymore. I need the Rams to win.
What happens to Ohio versus the world, though? I mean, I get you're a Browns fan, but
Yeah, seriously, come on. Even Browns fans are
right?
turning.
Wait,
Yeah,
whoa. So you were rooting for Michigan, right? Heavy at in the playoff, right?
Not heavy. I mean, I threw money on them.
yeah,
Yeah, but
because
you
I
won.
didn't want to see. I didn't
no,
want
no,
to
no.
see.
I said before. If Michigan loses, I'll still be happy. If they
Who the
win,
hell wanted to see the SEC Championship 2.0? No one's ass wanted to see that shit.
but okay, so that's a good point. But I wouldn't want
That's
them to
why
win
I
though.
was rooting for Michigan. Like they're a Big Ten team, and the Bengals are in the same exact division
Dude,
as the
yeah,
Brownies.
they're our fucking division rival. Why would I root for them?
I think it's
Oh
different. I
man,
think that's
I don't
different.
even.
I think
Yeah,
that's very different.
I mean, Burke, you're one
Why?
of those guys that's one of the most
OSU, Michigan.
hardcore NFL fans I've ever met. I have never seen a man so passionate for an NFL team. I'll give you that. Out of our friends, you are the most passionate Browns fan. But seriously, man, you gotta have. I mean, Ohio. Come on, we stick with that motto. I thought.
I just can't. I can't stand the fucking bullshit comments during the Browns Packers game. The fucking shit I
But
get
I mean,
every
Burke, you.
fucking week, dude. I can't stand it
Dude,
anymore.
you
And I'm
can't.
not. Listen, I'm not going to congratulate fucking the Bengals for making a run in the playoffs because of bullshit quarterback play and bad calls on offense. I'm
If the
not going to stand
Bengals though
for it.
win, if the Bengals beat the Rams though, you cannot tell me. Okay, let's be honest.
It doesn't
The
matter if
Chiefs,
you're rooting for it or not. You're gonna have to deal with it.
who even gives a shit? The Chiefs' defense sucks. I'll give you that. Like they suck. Okay. But the fucking Rams defense, my Lord Almighty. If the Bengals hold their own against Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd, and Von Miller and find a way to win the damn Super Bowl with that roster.
All right, hold on. We'll get into that real quick. The NFC Rams versus Niners, also another great game. Debo had a tutty. Cooper had two. The D line for the Rams,
It's
I mean,
scary.
they're good. They're very good. Cooper Cup's an assassin. I think it comes down to Stafford not making mistakes, and if he doesn't make mistakes, they're
They're chilling. They're
yeah,
chilling.
yeah.
They're chilling. It'll be so interesting. I feel like it could. Yeah, they're such a good. This is their team though. Like if they're gonna go and win the Super Bowl, this is the roster.
Oh, 100%. They have
No,
everything and anyone.
they went all in for a reason. So here they go. This is their golden chance.
And
But
I think I mean a lot of people I personally I didn't think 49ers were such like that strong of a team going into the playoffs. Like I don't know if you guys did, but like
no, but you know what it reminds me of?
but what I'm saying is I think that the Rams beating the 49ers, I think that's one of the better wins this season. Like beating a team that was if anybody's a fucking destiny team, 49ers are a fucking destiny team.
How? They didn't get to the Super Bowl.
Jimmy Garoppolo, dude. Are you kidding me?
But he's a system. He's a system. He is why the Patriots should have stuck to go younger.
Him,
Dude.
Tannehill, Wentz, all system QBs.
Dude,
it's literally that's all it is.
I know, but you go beat the Packers.
He wins games, bro. He wins games. It doesn't matter how he does it. He wins. People don't respect that enough. I don't either.
It.
And I don't understand why Tom Brady throws check down passes to his running backs for the last 3 years when he was in fucking New England. But guess what? That's what he did. He won Super Bowls. Don't tell me I'm wrong, because I'm not wrong when I say that. If you look at his average passing yard,
I agree.
And that's the same thing with Garoppolo. But he wins games. That's why I don't understand the slander of Jimmy Garoppolo. Put Trey Lance in. He was getting torn apart by who's the girl? The Coombs girl or whatever her name is?
Or Mila Kimes or whatever.
Yeah, and like that. No, like I am a respectful human being.
Who gives
I love female sports reporters. But come on, like you got if you're gonna take a take, watch the whole entire just know your shit. Like don't say something so outlandish like that.
All right, so final segment, Super Bowl picks. Let's preview this game real quick. Bengals, Rams. Like I said, I think the Rams D-line can kind of bully the Bengals O-line. I think the Rams clearly have a better roster, but then again, you see Joey B and Jamar in that offense, and they're rolling and that defense making good stops. I think honestly it comes down to Matt Stafford not making mistakes. If he doesn't make mistakes, I think the Rams win this. But in saying that, I got the Bengals. I think they're a team of destiny. At this point, Beeks, whether you like it or not, whether it's bullshit or not, you got to conform. They're this far. You got to ride with them. I got the Bengals in a close one, probably a come from behind. And if not, then the Rams will shit pump them. So we'll see. But I got the Bengals.
I got the Bengals. Who dey? That's all I'm going to say. Joe Burrow's the GOAT.
Listen to this. So, Tom Brady comes into the league, 2000 draft, right?
Yep.
Am I right?
Maybe 99. Yeah.
So, hold on. Give me a minute. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. The 1999 Super Bowl champions. Okay. No. Well, okay.
What's the point here, Biggs? What's the point?
Yeah, come on, let's go.
Rams win the Super Bowl, I believe. I saw this on Twitter. I don't know if it's true 100%. Rams win the Super Bowl when Tom Brady comes into the league, right? Tom Brady comes out with some great news this past week. He's leaving the NFL. What's going to happen? It's going to start – his career starts with a Rams win in the Super Bowl. Career's going to end with the Rams dub in the Super Bowl, I think.
Oh, dear God.
Jesus. Got the Rams.
God. Oh, I mean, God.
What a superstitious. What was that? Beat around the bush.
I'm like 25% this stat's right, but
we're giving our viewers inaccurate stats now, Biggs.
You're accurate, but his first Super Bowl was also a win against the Rams.
2000, January 30th, 2000.
That was his first.
Rams beat the Tennessee Titans 23-16, Super Bowl XXXIV. That was.
We all know how that one ended.
Sexy Super Bowl.
Grabba, you know how that Super Bowl ended?
What? Which
Eddie
one?
George couldn't cross the plane.
I know.
Yeah, that's the Kurt Warner Super Bowl. Hey.
All right. So we got two guys on
the Bengals Cincy and one on the Rams.
Being even though I'm a Giants fan, Bakes, what are you?
Cardinals.
Okay. All right.
Kyler Murray, but now his future's in question.
Even if we're not Bengals fans, I feel like we have to at this point. I get the Browns Bengals beef, but Biggs is sticking it out. He's got the Rams. Me and Biggs have the Bengals. We'll see. We'll recap that as well. So that'll do it for episode 5. Talk some hoops, talk some preview, gave our picks for Super Bowl. current events. I think next week we're going to try to get another guest on the pod. Again, no teasers, no spoilers, but
And we're trying Jackson Mahomes.
Friend of
I
the
have
program.
a few guys in mind, and I'm sure uh,
We can make something work.
we'll get them. So that'll do it for us, Bigs, Bakes. We'll try to be more consistent with our podcast now that we're back in the swing of things, and also we'll get back firing on Twitter as well. So stick out with that. I'm sure we'll be active tomorrow. At least I will be. We'll put up some pics out, put some tweets out. So thank you again for following, and we'll see you next episode.
One last thing.
Go.
Yeah, shout out to the 117. That's all I got to say. Shout out to the 117.
Heart and soul.
Absolutely. Heart and soul.
All right. Peace, and we will see you next time.
A good one.